Hello, welcome to Stories That Shape Us. My name is Joanna Daniel. We're continuing our rejection series, and today I'm talking about 3 things that you can do to face rejection as a leader. Now, everybody experiences rejection, and so I've talked about rejection in a personal setting, a personal context. And today I just want to talk about rejection in a work setting. When you experience rejection, maybe you have written a proposal and the proposal wasn't accepted. What can you do? Maybe you have gone for a job interview and this is your 10th or whatever job interview and you've not received the job. What are some of the things that you can do? Or there might be different scenarios that maybe you have applied for a promotion, maybe you're asking for a raise, or you're trying to speak to the CEO of your company, you're trying to get to somebody really high up in this organization. What do you do when you're experiencing rejection? So number one, don't give up. Don't give up. If you've received rejection, do not give up. I mean, we hear many stories of people who experience countless rejections and they don't give up, and we know their names now because they didn't give up. If they gave up, then we wouldn't know, we wouldn't know. They wouldn't be famous, they wouldn't be rich, they wouldn't do the things that they do, and it's impacting people's lives. So now rejection can be crushing. That's true. It can be really crushing when we experience rejection, especially if it's something that's really close to our heart, really dear to us. And the people that we want to reach out to and sell the idea to don't agree, don't accept it, don't want it from us. And sometimes they might not be kind in how they convey those sentiments. And it can be really crushing, but don't give up, because these people didn't agree with your idea, didn't like your proposal, didn't want to read it, was not very tactful in how they gave feedback. Doesn't mean that your idea wasn't good. Doesn't mean that your book wouldn't be good. Doesn't mean that the thing that you were selling them, the idea that you were proposing to them, doesn't mean that that won't work. So whatever you do, don't give up. Keep trying. Find a way. You will find a way to do it. It just means that now, because you're crushed, you're sad, your frontal lobe, your brain's not thinking, your thinking brain's not on. So give yourself some time. Yesterday I talked about compassion, and to give yourself compassion when you've experienced rejection. Really do some self-care, really hard self-care. Look after yourself so that you can get the strength to go and try again. Lean hard on your support system. Or if you don't have one, create a village around you of people, maybe 1 or 2, somebody you can go and talk to. It might be just your therapist that you can call to just talk through what that felt like to be rejected and how you're feeling now. It's really important to do that. But whatever you do, don't give up. And number 2 is just know that if they didn't take your phone call, they didn't accept your proposal, they didn't like your product, they didn't want you for the interview, that position in their company, the rejection is not of you. Sometimes some people who give feedback will make the feedback personal. And again, that's about them, because they're people with the skill that can separate the feedback from the individual, right? So you might go to a job interview and the feedback was personal, but they don't know you, so they can't give personal feedback. And anybody who attempts to do that really is maybe showing more about themselves than it is about you, because they don't know you. So try not to take it personal, even if they try to make it personal, right? If you put a proposal in and that proposal wasn't accepted, it's not about you. It might be about the proposal. So get some help, read it through again, really think about it, really see where changes can be made. And if you believe in the one that you've written, then you were pitching it to the wrong place. You pitched it to the wrong place. If you find, there will be people, there will be organizations in this world that you can pitch it to who will accept it. But if you give up because you really want to do this and they don't like it, and then you're left crushed and you feel like you can't accept anything else, right? So leave your options open. Anything that you're doing, go with an open mind. Leave your options open. As my mother liked to say, don't put your eggs in one basket, right? So have different baskets, different options that are available to you. So you're knowing if you're going and these people don't see my vision and they don't see me and they don't see the work that I've put in, then maybe it's not the right place. I'm going to keep trying. Once upon a time, for example, the publishing world used to be where big publishing houses, you write your book proposal, you send it to them, and they'll say no, and your book don't get published. But now people are self-publishing their books. I've self-published 7. You know, make residual passive income, use it to do courses and challenges and different things from my books. I have never sent my book to a company. Maybe one day I might, but I don't need to, because there are options that are open and available to me that I can use, and there are ways that I can sell my books without using mainstream publishing. So the world changes as well. So just bear that in mind as you are giving your proposal. Remember that things change and there's not just one way to solve a problem. There's several different ways to solve one problem, right? So likewise, there's several different ways to solve a problem. There are several places that might love your proposal, just not this place. So don't take it personally. Don't make it about you. Make it be about the thing that you're proposing. Sometimes it's very difficult to separate who we are from what we do. And I'm going to share tomorrow lessons from rejection, where I had to talk that through with a friend, what that was like. And I'll share that tomorrow. So join me on tomorrow's podcast when I share lessons from rejection. And number 3 is how to, when you have done an interview, when you have give your proposal, ask for some feedback. Not everybody gives it, and not everybody will, as I said, be kind with their feedback. You can read it in light of who you know yourself to be. That feedback, if you get some feedback that you feel don't really aligned with you, get some more feedback from somebody. Maybe you didn't pitch to them. Get some more feedback from them so that you can balance it. Now, if the feedback is hard and true, be with the hard and true feedback, right? So whatever you do, ask for feedback. If they give it, and you can learn, understand, and grow from it. So the next time you pitch, the next company you go for a job interview for, the next place that you approach will know, and they're getting a different version of you because you've sat with some really difficult constructive feedback and you've allowed yourself to grow through it, and you're ready to go again. But whatever you do, don't give up when feedback is difficult. Don't give up when your idea wasn't accepted. Don't give up if you didn't get the job. Keep trying. There's a job that is available and open to you. There's an organization that will like your idea, and there are people that will love you in their circle. Just remember that. Whatever you do, don't give up. And lastly, I want to say, and I say this all the time, love on yourself. Practice compassion and self-acceptance when you're dealing with rejection. It can be brutal because not everybody knows. When you think about shows like Britain's Got Talent, or the other one, I've forgotten what the name of it now, where people are going on stage and they're singing, and people like Simon Cowell and all these people, the feedback can be really brutal. But there's people who have taken that feedback and they've gone ahead and done. We think of Jennifer Hudson. If she had, been voted off America's Got Talent and just gone home, how her beautiful, amazing voice, we wouldn't get to enjoy it the way we do now with with her music and just the way she sings and the stories that she tells from her tummy. That's how I experience her music. So you have gifts and talents, and it might not be seen right now, but just know that your gifts and talents are for somebody, and it's going to be a blessing in the world. Thank you for joining me in this episode of Stories That Shape Us. I hope you'll join me on the next story.